Lauren, welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you for having me.
I just think sounds very glamorous. I'm sure you're going to tell me it's not, but it, it does sound very glamorous to have a personal chef. But tell us a little bit about your journey to Family Eats.
You're right, it is somewhat of a luxury, but honestly, all of my clients are just regular people, busy people who have family, who are having a hard time with that age-old question, what's for dinner?
I cannot tell you how much that question really, and I don't know why it's terrible, but I think, it is. It's just you don't have the time to plan or think about it or anything like that.
Yeah, and a lot of us are trying to come up with dinner options when we're already burnt out at the end of the day. And so I created this business as an easy way to have gourmet meals already prepared for you that you just have to throw in the oven. Or if you're really on a time crunch, you can throw them in the microwave and you can eat healthy meals while you're still maintaining that busy schedule and running the kids from here to there or whatever it is you're doing in the evenings. And you don't have to always rely on fast food.
That is a joy, really. So, tell me when this got started.
So this month, I have been doing Family Eats for 1 year. So I started a year ago. I relocated to Maryland a few years ago and kind of had a difficult time finding my way, like career-wise. I previously had been in the education field, early childhood education, and after COVID, I kind of got burnt out from that and didn't want to do it anymore. And was working a desk job and just was running into the problem of at the end of the day, we have a lot of kids. We're a blended family. We have 7 kids combined between us. And
Holy cow!
both of us were working full time. And by the time dinner rolled around, we just all too often ended up relying on frozen pizzas or something not too healthy. I hate
Right,
to.
yeah, no, 100%. So, tell me a little bit about how it works.
So it's really quite simple. I try to take as much of the work out of the process as possible. That's kind of the whole point. So when a potential client comes to me, we discuss what their health goals are, what their dietary goals are, and then when they decide that they want to book a service, the first step is a food interview. So this is takes about an hour. It's how I get to know your eating style, what you prefer, if you have any dietary restrictions like gluten free or you prefer low carb, all those things we go over in a food interview. And then it's really quite simple. I create a menu and I email it to you. So you have time to review it and approve it or ask for changes. And then on the day of your service, I go to the grocery store. I get all of the groceries for the service. I go to your home. I do cook in my clients' homes. I bring all of my own equipment though. So the only thing I really use that belongs to my client is their stove and oven, and then of course packing up the things in the refrigerator. I cook all the meals. I pack them up in containers that I bring that are as earth friendly as possible. They're compostable containers, and each container is clearly labeled on how to reheat what's inside. And then throughout the week, you can either keep them fresh in the fridge or freeze them and just pull them out whenever you need them.
That is unbelievable. So, how much time would you spend, do you think, at somebody's home? I'm assuming it's going to vary whether they want one meal or several. How does that work?
Yeah, it really depends on what the menu is too, because some things are more time intensive than others, but anywhere from 3 to 5 hours.
Okay. And you do that, I would assume, mostly during the day, daytime?
Yes. Some of
Okay.
my clients
Awesome.
are home and some of them are off at work. So it
Okay.
doesn't really have to be there. It's totally up to what you're comfortable with.
That is really extraordinary. What a great idea. Like you know that there are hybrids of what you're doing, like people who make the meal off premise, bring it to you or you pick it up and they're all prepared and done. But it's really kind of neat to know that you come in, you cook everything. It's super fresh if you're having it for dinner that evening, and whether you put it in the fridge or freezer. I really love that. That's awesome. So how many meals can you do? I mean, I'm assuming client wise, you're kind of doing like one a day.
Yes, at this point of doing one client per day, the least amount of meals I would cook is 3,
Okay.
and the most amount of meals I would cook is 5. I just don't
Oh,
really have more time than that.
sure. Yeah. You got to
Yeah.
get home to all those kids.
Yes, yes. So eventually I would like to hire an assistant though, so that I can cook for 2 clients in one day.
Yeah.
That would really speed up the process and allow me to grow my business. That's my goal.
Well, that's a great goal. That is a great goal. In the last 12 months, what's been the biggest challenge that you've faced?
Well, honestly, my biggest challenge has been wearing all the hats in a business sense. I did not realize when I started this business that I would have to do everything, not just
Right.
one thing.
I hear this a lot, though. It is tough. I owned my own company for 13 years previous to this one, and I learned very quickly you rely on other people who are experts at what they do and try to delegate to people outside of you as much as you possibly can. But, restarting a company right now, for me, same thing, right? You're doing the marketing, the social media, the invoicing, the collections, every single thing. So,
Yeah. Finding the time to do all of those things has been challenging. But honestly, when I make time on the weekends to prep for my own family, my weeks go so much smoother. It is
yes,
that I can work longer hours knowing that we are all going to have healthy meals at the end of the day. And it's like one less thing in my
right.
mind.
Right. Yeah, 100%. I hear you. And with the time, I hear that. I mean, yes, I get it. Sometimes it's like 10, 11 o'clock at night, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I still have a list to get through, and I can't get through that in time. So, yeah, I feel you on that one.
Yeah.
If you could give people watching just 3 tips or a couple of tips on how to think the way that you do with the prepping, or the easiest maybe thing to prep, is that something you could offer our viewers?
I would say one tip is to um, spend some time experimenting with recipes and find the ones that you really like and stick with those. There are a lot of recipes out there that are very easy for meal prep if you're doing this on your own. And once you get those down, some people don't like to eat the same thing, but if you have a pretty good rotation, you can vary it up. Um, but just sticking with maybe 5 to 10 recipes that you can have in your arsenal that you are really, really good at, that are good for meal prepping. If you can do that on a Saturday or Sunday, it really doesn't take that long to knock out a few meals, and it really makes the week go a lot smoother.
Yeah.
If you don't have that time, that's what I'm here for.
That's right. Yeah, of course. We don't want to wish you out of a job, but we do know that, as parents, that again, that is, because it's typically like 5 o'clock when somebody's saying, what's for dinner? And you're thinking, oh my gosh, it's 5 o'clock and I have to now figure something out. And you don't want to go to the fast food pizza. No one in my house eats leftovers other than me. So it's like, you're trying to make things so you don't have a lot of that left over. So yeah,
Yeah.
I totally hear you. Where do people go to find out more?
Well, right now, I'm actually in the process of working with another local female-owned business to build my website.
Nice.
While we're kind of in the interim, you can check out my social media pages. So I'm on Instagram. It's _family.eats_.
Well, look, Lauren, we think you're awesome. I think it's great that you've made a business out of, helping other families, especially when yours is just amazing and big. My goodness, I don't know even how you function. I only had 2 kids. I still have them, obviously, but they're 19 and 21. So not at home as much, but yeah, I think it's great. And, it really can be a savior for families, even just if you are there to prep 5 meals that you're able to use over 2 to 3 weeks, right? Just as those fill in last minute, oh gosh, I forgot to take something out type of instances. So,
Yeah, exactly. Not all my clients are weekly clients. We can do biweekly or monthly. It's very
yeah.
customizable.
Nice. I love it. Well, we'll be reaching out to you. We're going to do a follow up with Lauren coming up soon on the actual prep. Maybe she'll help us do an easy recipe we can do at home. And we will check back with her. But congratulations on 1 year. We know that things will probably be moving right along for you to where you can get that assistant very soon.
Thank you so much for having me.